Welcome to SolidCAM Professor. I'm Sydney, your SolidCAM Professor, with one of many videos available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In this recording, we'll illustrate the use of HSS to mill out some of the areas on this part. On the part itself, we're going to use it to mill out these surfaces over here, as well as this fillet, this surface, and this small fillet over here as well. First, I'd like to mill out these surfaces over here. Now, in order to do this properly, I've used the option of morphed between surfaces. If I were to open up the operation, you can see that I've used the option of morph between two adjacent surfaces, where in my drive surface, we have these surfaces over here. And as far as my start edge surface and my end edge surfaces, our start is the surfaces up on top, as shown over here. And my end edge surface are these surfaces over here at the bottom. The actual tool path that we'll get will be on this surface, where it evenly displaces the tool path exactly between these two edges over here, making for a nice smooth cut along the surface. Now, the tool that I will be using will be a 10mm ball end mill. If we take a look at the simulation, you'll see that the tool goes down. You'll see that the tool goes down and across the part, changing the width between the cuts to get a nicely displaced surface finish on that surface as shown over there. Now, in the next two operations, I'd like to work on this fillet as shown over here, as well as this fillet going around the part down here. To do that, I've used the option of morphed between boundary curves. If I were to open up one of the operations, say we'll take this one, which is on the bottom over here, you can see that the option, the technology chosen, was morphed between two boundary curves. In my geometry, my drive surface are these surfaces over here, the entire fillet going from one end to the other, and the start edge being the one on top over here, and the end edge being the one at the bottom over there. Again, I was using a 10mm ball end mill, and if we take a look at this simulation, you'll see that the tool is going back and forth on that surface, exactly morphing itself between these two curves to get a nicely displaced tool path along that fillet as shown over here. Now, the option of morph between two curves has also been used on the next operation over here, working on that chamfer inside the part itself over here. For our next operation, I'd like to work on this surface. For that, I've used the option parallel to curves. The geometry, the surface itself, is this surface, and the edge curve is this curve going along here. The toolpath itself will go back and forth over this area over here. To jump over this area over here where we have a gap, I've used the option in link for large gaps to go directly to the other side. Also, when you go directly to the other side, I've also told it to use its lead in and out, which in this case is a tangent arc. If we take a look at the simulation, you'll see that the toolpath goes back and forth over that surface, completing that surface as well. Note that when it goes from one edge to the other, it just goes up a little bit with a tangent arc and then goes across to the other side. For more videos on SolidCAM Professor, Please go to our website, www.solidcam.com, and look for the tab called SolidCAM Professor. Thank you for joining us on SolidCAM Professor. Take care and have a nice day.